Our shenanigans are cheeky and fun.
Yeah, I mean, his shenanigans are cruel and tragic.
Which makes them not shenanigans at all, really.
Evil shenanigans.
I swear to God, I'll pistol whip the next guy that says shenanigans.
You mean shenanigans? No! Talking about shenanigans, right?
That was recorded because otherwise did you lose that?
Yeah, we're not gonna be able to use it.
Yeah.
Are you recording again?
Yeah.
Well, then let's start it again. Welcome to
Punk ass
and Random Heroes Cheeky Shenanigans.
cheeky shenanigans.
Oh,
that's
trying
my
something new.
that's my DJ thing. I'm trying since we have a DJ.
Well, my
on
DJ
today.
name is Random Hero, aka Jesse,
And my DJ name is Punk ass, aka Nick.
and in the house we have
DJ Fallen.
whose real name is
David.
Nice, and he is an actual DJ. That's why we went with DJ names today.
So
Oh, man, welcome.
how'd you come up with that name? Did you fall a lot when you were a kid?
So, well, no, I'm a really big metalhead, which you know this.
Yeah.
Because where we met.
Was that Mushroom Head?
Yes. And I got the idea for the name from a Suicide Silence song. And I was like, ooh, dude, because the message is like, what is it? One of the Fallen.
Here, I'm gonna put this right up in your face while you're talking, so it's where it's comfortable for you.
All right, that'll work. Shit, what song is that? I can't remember the song, but like one of the lines is like, I guess you could say in One of the Fallen, it talks about how like everybody's fallen from like their higher powers, or what if you have a spiritual belief, like quote unquote God's grace, and like you just get stuck there. And I was like, ooh, that's really good, because, well, being a drug addict for like 10 years of getting clean, I could relate to that.
Yeah.
So
everyone
all
in this
of
room
us,
has a
yeah.
past
like,
like
so
that.
I was like, dude, I'm gonna fucking run with it, and I did. And ironically enough, the initial of my biological last name does start with an F, so it's like people never really make the connection, until they see my ID, and then they're like, oh, that's cool, because I've got like it tattooed across my back, and it's
Nice.
yeah.
Oh, nice. So I wanted to ask this. I was thinking about this on the drive here. Now, we met Mushroom Head because we got the VIP passes or whatever. There's the whatever again.
Met Mushroom Head.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
How many featuring how many original members of the band?
I don't even know.
I think
None?
they only no, there was still a couple original members
Okay.
in the band. J-Man was actually there.
Was he?
Yes, J-Man was the secondary vocalist.
Oh.
So that explains why they played a lot of Double X through 13 and what was the other one? Save Your Sorrow albums, because it was his voice and the other dude.
Well, they opened up with that 43 song, which I loved. Yeah.
Dude, you say it, I got chills. Like,
When you walked in that tour bus, did you have a boner the whole time while you were in there?
I was standing beside myself with disbelief.
And full attention.
Now, Jesse's a real big fan of Mushroom Head. What's your favorite
Never,
song?
I couldn't even name one, but you just told me the name of one, 43. So
Yeah.
I'll just say that one.
Yeah, that's a really good one. That's like off their first album. One
Sounds
of their
good.
first
It is.
albums,
It's
yeah.
actually a really old song, and hysterically. So 43. If you there is a logo I have out. Actually, it might even be on SoundCloud.
Okay.
The original lettering logo had a 4 for the A and a 3 for the E. So I related that 43 to the Mushroom Head song 43. I went all out when I fucking started putting shit together.
Damn.
So
Really?
yeah, like all of it, fucking. That's a lot of where it came from, is because like my roots were like fucking
Kind of like
metal like
Slipknot.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, it took me way too long to
Have
come
you
to the
have
Slipknot
you
party.
have you heard about the Slipknot drama that's going on right now?
No, I haven't.
What?
I'm a Mushroom Head fan. I don't really care
No,
about
well,
Slipknot.
anyways,
Oh, you're one of those.
anyways,
However, some old school Slipknot I will get
Right.
fucking down to.
They're
Anything
supposed to
after
be-
Iowa, kind of.
Okay.
they're supposed to be touring this year, right, and have a new album. But
Yeah.
one of the percussionists, the one with the long fucking nose, his name's Chris
Fenn, yeah.
He's suing Slipknot because originally he thought there was one main hub that distributes all the money to all the band members. But
Yeah.
apparently he found out there's multiple ones that they used, and he wasn't getting any money from them.
Really?
So now he's suing the Clown and Corey for fucking money. So I don't know how it's all gonna.
does it sound one of those things where Corey might be liable for that? Because he's been one of my fucking heroes for a while now.
He posted a tweet saying, "You're gonna hear a lot of fucking bullshit today. Just wait till the truth comes out," and nobody still has heard anything about it.
Huh.
But it makes me wonder if they're gonna like break up now or separate or find another
I hope
fucking
not.
drummer.
See, that's the cool thing about masked bands, though, right? Because if you can find somebody up to that skill level, like when fucking Nothing left, and I was like, dude, this concert's gonna determine if I continue to listen to anything they put out, and dude fucking nailed it. And Jeffrey Nothing has got like a voice that is super hard to match, just because it's so unique. But dude fucking could do it.
He's one of the main singers, but I found out that he left last year in Mushroom Head.
Okay.
So now like another guy was replacing him, and he has like a weird, distinct voice that we thought nobody can try.
You guys might as well be talking about the cast of Jersey Shore right now. I have no idea who these people are.
T-shirt time.
I'm glad you guys have something to talk about. I really am. I get tired of carrying Nick on the conversation sometimes.
Well, sorry, dude. You always bring like your gay friends over, and you guys
Well, this is
reminisce all the cuddling times you had together. So I don't fit into that.
You see, we met at a birthday party. We met at a metal show. There's like that's two totally different. Like,
now, was this a kid's birthday party or was it an adult birthday party?
It was Yvette's birthday. You were there.
So a kid's birthday party. Was I there?
That's what he's talking about.
Were you there?
That was for her birthday, wasn't it?
Oh, Mushroom Head.
Yeah.
No.
Is that not what you were talking about?
No. That we met at the
we
show.
met
We
at
went
the
for
show.
her birthday, but me and you met at her birthday party.
Yes. Okay.
So-
I'm an idiot. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was wrong.
I won't call shenanigans on that.
No,
You guys-
that was totally on me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
total
can't-
shenanigans.
I can't find this Corey Taylor tweet. This whole time you was like Corey Taylor tweeted. I'm like, oh, Twitter. I got into my Twitter. Let's see. Can I find it? Nope. Nothing. there.
Nothing.
No, nothing. He's just got a bunch of liked shit, which is really kind of boring.
Do you actually use Twitter a fair amount for like content that you want to say or anything?
Just bullshit, like stuff that goes through my head, like that I don't really think I should put on Facebook.
Right.
because-
That's
I use
what
Twitter
think
for
Twitter
that.
is, yeah. That's exactly.
Okay.
That was-
that was weird.
Yeah.
Quick little technical difficulty. I think we had to pause the show one other time when Aaron was parked in the neighbor lady's spot, but
Yeah.
yeah, we don't really do any editing or anything, so we'll let our flaws just hang out there.
That's good. That's the best way to do it.
Yeah, well, that kind of totally derailed that part of the conversation.
So, baby Jesus, bringing people together since forever.
And Baby Jesus
Baby
is a
Jesus,
nickname
Baby
of
Jesus.
that.
Really?
Not the actual, yeah.
Yeah.
Her nickname is Sweet Baby Jesus.
Or Uno.
Uno, I haven't heard that one.
That goes back.
I used to call her Jello Shot.
Why? Because she liked Jello shots?
No, this was great. So we were at a local bar in Everett one night, and I actually just went to go meet up with her and one other friend at this bar, but I hadn't been drinking. I was going to give them a ride home.
Yeah.
And so I'm pulling them out of the bar. They're both loaded. And then the train goes by.
Oh,
down.
you want to smoke some weed? Yeah, go ahead.
Where'd the bong go?
Oh, it's
she-
in the kitchen. Yeah, go ahead and grab it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay.
So
Fucking drugs.
So I go there to pick up her and this friend, and they come outside, and then the train goes by, and just like in her drunken haze of rambling, all of a sudden she like is at attention, looks at the train, and just goes, "Jello shot," like because
Like she
apparently
was
there used to
taking
be
a
like a
jump
train. Like there used to be a train shot around there or something. So whenever a train would go by, you'd get those. But she wasn't at a bar that did that. I don't think it's a bar that ever did that. And so it was just funny to me how totally out of nowhere, out of context, and mid-conversation, she just stopped and did that. So it became a nickname for a little while. But then your girl, Danica, came through and just gave everyone new nicknames.
Yeah, it happens.
That does happen.
I keep asking her what mine was, and she's like, "You didn't have one." I was like, "That's bullshit."
So where do you get like your inspiration from a DJ? You know, you have fucking Dr. Dre, or you have I don't know his name from Run DMC, or you got Beastie Boys.
Are you just talking about sample songs or
Just
like
DJ,
creating a whole song?
Yeah.
Just like in a set, if you were to go see me, man, it's a wide variety.
You can do that like.
I can. Oh yeah, I can scratch. There's actually
That was the best pantomime ever.
there's actually very technical terms for that. So if there's a specific way you start to scratch, and it's called a military scratch, and there's a whole fucking system. It takes so much fucking practice. If you ever have time, look up some like YouTube videos and like shit you can do just by this. It'll blow your fucking mind.
And that's moving the record, scratching the record, and then moving the fader between the two.
I've always wanted to know this.
So you have to, so the fader, right?
Yeah.
You have an instrumental or like a beat or just something going on.
Got to stay on that mic, bud.
Oh, there we are.
Yeah.
So you have a beat going on or something, and then you take that scratch sample, which is on the other side, and you turn your crossfader so that as soon as you leave that edge, it cuts in that other channel. Mm-hmm. So, and that's where it'll come in sporadically. And then you just kind of have to think, okay, if it's all the way over here, you're not going to make any noise. So you have to time it so it's open, scratch, close, open, scratch. And if you can do that, you can build off of that.
Now, I know everything's like digital now. But like back in the day, did they actually like scratch the records, like fuck them up? Is that how they did it?
Yeah, and then that got out that DJs were fucking up records, and they started to build new types of turntables. So most turntables have an S-curve arm for the needle, and then the ones that were made for scratching have a straight arm.
Okay.
So
like
that
mine
way
over there?
it doesn't so it won't back off the record too fast and put fucking more scratches.
Is that why they
Okay.
went to like thrift stores to like find cheap fucking records because they knew they were just gonna fucking ruin them? Back then.
Actually, those records weren't cheap back then. And it's like this. I don't know if you guys know this, but there was a documentary I watched that really like taught me a bunch of roots to it. And DJing actually started out in the I want to say early 70s, like probably 1970, 1968 era. And it came from DJs playing the breaks in jazz records from the 50s and 60s. And they would find these breaks and they would mark them, and they would just line these breaks up by two of the same records so they could play that break over and over and over and over and over.
Yeah.
They would
Just
record,
kind of looping.
they could record that onto a tape, and then they would take their scratch sample, play the tape, and fucking scratch over it.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know
Seems
any
kind
of
of
that.
complicated. How long have you been doing it?
That's how video used to be edited also.
Yeah.
You'd have two, decks, and whether it was beta or VHS or whatever, you'd have one deck and then another, and you'd be recording bits from other things onto it, and that's how you would, edit video. So it all does kind of have a root in analog, which is, hard cutting or, just recording over stuff. But yeah, with digital, like that had to have just changed everything.
Yeah.
Now you have like digital turntables that can emulate what you're doing without
Like
using a record,
MP3s
right?
and shit,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I go get my MP3s. I sort them by beats per minute, so I know like what my ranges are, and then like I can load that and loop a section and scratch over it.
Could
Which
you,
it
could you make a
simplifies it,
pretty
like-
sick beat with like the Hanson Mbop song? Like,
I probably could.
That's a challenge.
I probably could. That sounds like I'll have to find out.
I think we're gonna have to do that. Yeah.
everybody, they can all fucking lie, but they know it's catchy, and you guys will fucking sing it if it comes on the radio.
No, I can't because
I don't know the
words.
words.
And the words that you do know, mbop, that doesn't mean anything.
I know.
And I don't like singing along with shit that doesn't mean anything. There's a real issue with me hearing that and being like, how the fuck do people like this get a song that's so popular that doesn't mean anything?
There's a difference between mbop and Slipknot's duality. Everybody like, yeah, one has meaning, one doesn't. I
Yeah,
don't know.
and it seems like just the most arbitrary stuff gets through somehow, and then meanwhile, whether it's yourself or people around you in the local music scene, you're aware of artists that are so much more talented that have no fucking comparison as far as followers or money. And if you ever needed proof that there was no justice in the world, look at who's famous versus who isn't in the music scene.
Yeah, there's yeah, it's disgusting. I don't. That's why I was saying, like, if you ever come out to a show, like, what I play will go from everything from like old school fucking birth of hip hop stuff to like present day mumble rap, and then like back to house roots, which oddly enough, EDM, as it's so called now, like house music was originally made off of the same type of records. They would find kick and snare samples and like buy a synth and fucking record that onto a fucking tape, and there you go, press it.
I really
Yeah.
love the
Wow.
like the old school beats of like the early '90s with like NWA,
Yeah.
Dr. Dre.
Those rap beats were pretty much made the same way too, like the Kong samplers and like the old drum machines they used to have. You
Yeah.
have to physically record that kick sample and input it into that machine and tell it and program it like, hey, this is the pitch, this is the speed. It's so fucking in depth, and like people are like, oh, you're just a DJ and blah blah blah. You just push buttons. I'm like, homie, if you knew the history behind all of it and you can utilize
Yeah.
that and still
Yeah.
build off those fundamentals, because I'll go on YouTube and find like a sample of a pop, and I'm like, oh, that'll be a cool snare. I need to edit this and export it and then use that as a snare. It's just like it goes back. Fucking, it's stupid.
I have
Wow.
like I use Studio One, right? I'm like thinking, oh, dude, I want to make a fucking cool beat, and I'll start like YouTubing and trying to figure out all the instruments, and then I'm like, fuck this, dude, it's too hard and complicated.
Nick,
I
you
give
could
up.
barely play guitar. Why are you trying to be a
Because
DJ?
then I don't. All I need is the computer. I don't need the guitar. I figured I could just hit some buttons and it's good to go.
It doesn't work like that with dating. Why would it work like that with music?
Oh,
I don't know, man. I just wanted to try to be something I'm not.
Oh, you can't. Well, let's be something you are. Let's talk about something.
Well, I
nerdy.
wanted to put him on the spot real quick. So
Oh.
I do this every guest on the show. Do you have a very disastrous sex story that you would like to share that you have like right on the top of your head that you never forgotten?
This is a recurring bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We do.
Fuck.
We'll give you one on the show too that we haven't said before if you want. I'll think of one while you're talking if you want. I have
Yeah.
no shame in doing
Other
this.
than like my mom walking in for the first time,
Oh!
not really, dude.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that is a good one.
Like that's all I can really think of. Like my mom, like she never walked in my room after that.
But did you say it was the first time? Like during your first time that happened?
No, like the very first time my mom had walked
Oh,
in.
gotcha.
I wonder what her reaction was like.
It was just it was quick. It was like if like anybody else would walk into a room with two people, like, oh, sorry.
Yeah, I've done that.
It wasn't one of those. She opens the door and she's like, "No, son, you're not doing it right."
No.
I did that with my brother Wade when I was little. I walked in. We were staying at a casino in Arizona, and I walked in the fucking room. I didn't know what they were doing because it was dark out, but he fucking threw a shoe at me, and I was like, "Oh shit, all right." You know?
They don't like that, I guess.
No, they don't.
We used to have a code word. I lived with Aaron when I was 19 and 20, I believe, and we had this little 2-story house in Marysville right behind Papa John's that burned down like a year after this story took place. But I learned there when I moved in with them that there was a code for like if you call someone or knock on their door or whatever and they want you to know they're banging, they would just say apples. So like if you
Not
knock on their
pineapples?
bedroom, no, not pine. I don't think that we had one for that. It was just
Hey,
apples.
hey, this is Washington. It's gonna be apples.
That's true.
There was a history behind it. I don't necessarily remember it, but it's effective. And then you can also like text your buddy like, "Hey, apples," and it's like, "Oh, shit,
Oh,
nice
okay.
man, virtual high five."
How many times did you text apples?
Twice
Twice?
in my whole life. No, we've been over that. No.
I know. You said you're not proud of it, but it's okay.
No,
Yeah.
I think you're lying.
no, that's why I don't want to talk about it again.
Okay, fair enough.
No, it's whatever. The one thing I love about doing this show so much, I mean, there's many things, but one of the main things, I feel more free to discuss pretty much anything in this environment.
Yeah.
Whereas like on Facebook, I feel like I keep up an image. You know, I don't
you gotta,
post a whole
like,
lot. I have Christian
watch what
friends
you
on
say.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
if you're a Christian and you follow me, I got bad news.
Ah,
You're not gonna have
Probably
fun.
doesn't believe in God.
no,
There's
You do?
there's
I
a higher-
don't.
there's a higher power. There's definitely.
Well, maybe
that's agnostic right there.
Yeah.
For my life, there has to be, because I should have been dead fucking years and years ago, and
Yeah.
there's no reason I should be like where I am in life today. Like it's
All right. So
There
what
has
was
to
your
be.
main drug? We'll say ours again,
Yeah.
but what was the drug that fucked you up?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yow?
Just no, all of them.
All of them?
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, see, it was pills for me. That was the one that got me.
Yeah, and I was mostly into blow.
Yeah.
I did pills for a while too.
Well, seeing as I'm from Yakima and our main export is methamphetamine, that's what it was.
damn.
Yeah,
I
like-
did try that one a couple times. It wasn't really my thing.
Yeah, mine was back in the day when like OxyContin was popular. It was like $80 a pill. It was fucking expensive. Yeah, it's horrible.
Yeah, I mean, all three of us are already redemption stories, you know, and that's a cool thing I like about meeting people at this age. You know, you're early to mid 30s. You're meeting people who have done real shit, and yet they're still totally cool. And what are you guys pointing at? You want the bong?
No, you guys.
Oh yeah, I can. I'm good. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no. I'll hit it in a bit, but I was feeling a little stupid when we started, so I didn't want to go crazy. By the way, I think we should acknowledge real fast, this is our first ever video show. We're not going to wave at you guys all day like some people, but we'll do it once. First ever video podcast, and we're going to be getting some gear so that we can start doing these live with a couple different cameras. So.
Right. You know, I was thinking about this. We've actually come a long ways just from trying to fucking sit on the couch over there and how many episodes we couldn't fucking post because the audio was bad. And now,
we threw away at least 5 or 6 episodes.
Now we're going to get a really good fucking video mixer. Everything's coming together.
And I think it's just because we like doing it. We're not getting the follower count to necessitate all these advances. Not yet.
Not yet.
But
Get a padded glass room. Leather chairs.
Yeah.
And fucking old little water machine. Vending machine.
in my little 2-bedroom apartment here.
Hey, no one would have to know.
No, if we ever got to a point where we could actually put some money into it, it'd be fun to do it at another location.
That's what I was thinking. Maybe get an office.
Yeah, something like that. You know, have some real couches.
That'd be pretty awesome.
It'd be fun. So what? Do you like superhero stuff? Because we've been needing to talk more about that. But
Are
our
you a
last few
comic
guests
book
aren't
nerd?
into it.
I'm not really a comic book nerd, but I've always liked supervillains.
All right.
Yeah.
Like supervillains, like Decepticons are my thing.
Ooh.
The Joker. Deadpool kind of like he's pretty cool because he's more neutral. Batman too to some point because he was more neutral. Like it's like okay,
Like the
you're
anti-heroes.
a fucked up politician. Guess what? This is what's gonna happen to you. Like I'm gonna fuck you up now. Shit like that. Like
Okay.
I never
Nice.
got really super into it. I guess any of them. I think I had like 2 Spider-Man comics as a kid.
Right.
And
Well,
it was
I
one
just.
with Venom and Carnage in it, and there's
Oh,
another one.
nice.
Venom's my favorite. I haven't seen that movie
You
yet.
haven't seen the movie? It's
No,
okay.
no.
A lot of people give, like, they say it's not made correctly, and then plus having that actor in it, they're like,
Venom?
Yeah.
The
The guy
people
that
didn't
played.
like Tom Hardy.
No, they feel like it didn't fit the character.
Huh.
I don't know why.
This is
but-
why I don't. This is why I don't watch movies because I don't know who Tom Hardy is.
He's the guy who played Bane in the Christian Bale Batman movies.
Oh.
You don't know who that is?
No, I know who he is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Can you?
So they had him play Venom, huh?
Apparently, I still haven't seen it yet.
You haven't watched it?
No, I'm mostly a Marvel guy.
Venom,
Spider-Man.
Yeah, there you go.
That's all I can imagine. We are Venom, Spider-Man. I came from the darkness.
I was just gonna ask Jesse if you could do the voice, but apparently you can't.
I had to really think about it.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, how's he sound? Okay, there we go.
I don't. My brother Jacob does a really good version of it. I've never tried, but I'm not afraid to look like an idiot on here, so I'll try it. What's one of the lines he says in? Let's see.
Just say something retarded.
Oh, so you are something retarded, Nick.
Yeah, see,
Something
there
like
you
that?
go. Yeah,
Yeah.
Nice. I use my hands sometimes.
I always want to try to do impressions. Like I always want to be British. I'm like, oi, mate, come on. I can't.
Australian,
I know.
you
I
Don't
can't.
get me started, mate.
Yeah,
I will
see.
go on for days. It's horrible, and I can't stop doing
it's
it. It's bad.
horrible.
It's
Get
very
it.
bad.
Get it.
I just can't. I just can't stop sometimes.
I can't do it.
bloody wonderful.
Yeah. Oi.
Do you do any other accents?
I think that's about it. Just the British one.
Not bad.
Not bad
Because
indeed.
if I did anything else, like it'd be racist, wouldn't it? Like-
No, I mean, like, you could always try and do Russian. Most people do Russian.
well, yeah, there's Russian in my blood, but I don't think I could do it.
You don't think you could just... Could you try Russian? You
Could you try some
handle
Russian?
Yeah,
I
no,
would like-
I can't do shit, dude.
I would like some Russian vodka.
Yeah.
Oh yes,
good,
Ivan.
very good.
Thank you, Ivan. Go to
Oh
Bremhilda.
man, what about trying to be like a fucking gangster Mexican?
I hung out with too many of those. I can't.
Oh, Joker! Yeah, I can't do it. Baby, it's Baby Joker.
ASA.
It's a.
Oh, you're gonna ruin my dickie.
Yeah.
No, Johnny, I'm bilingual. There's a difference.
No more locked doors.
Gracias.
Yeah, I heard that one a lot. No more locked doors.
I can impersonate that one guy from Next Friday, and that's about it. I don't think I could do any other like Hispanic voices or anything, but that guy cracks me up.
Yeah.
That movie is so funny. And for the longest time, Aaron had only seen the second one. He had never seen
The first
just Friday.
one?
Yeah.
You got knocked the fuck out.
That was one of my favorite parts of Straight Outta Compton is how they not only put out that callback of like the Bye Felicia in there, but they actually show Ice Cube while he's
Yeah.
writing that movie and everything.
That saying
And just
was
seeing
so
that-
popular
The what?
after that. Bye, Felicia.
It became a meme.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had no idea why until I saw the movie because I never saw it in theaters. I just bought the Blu-ray when it came out. I so regretted not seeing it in theaters.
Like, my brother was raised up on NWA and
Yeah.
hip hop like that, so we went and saw it together in the theaters. And right when it was over, he's like, started clapping because, I don't know, he related to the fucking movie, I guess.
It was a well-done movie. Did you catch that one?
Straight Outta Compton?
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Oh
movie.
yeah, dude, I loved it. It was actually pretty historically accurate too for
Really?
like, for music in that time and politics and like tours and how
AIDS.
that whole business was ran.
Yeah.
Because compared to now, it's fucking stupid. A lot of times you have to pay to get heard.
Yeah.
And they will charge up the fucking ass.
Yeah.
And especially have an A&R even consider looking into your shit.
Yeah.
Because it's just so much. They want something different that sounds like everything else.
That's probably the
It's
best
like-
way to say that.
It is like very seldomly like that's why like a lot of my stuff I'll personally listen to is just a bunch of underground. Like I don't really like mainstream. I have to play it because I have to play it.
Yeah.
It'll mix well. Like
Did you ever get into, like, Cottonmouth Kings and shit like that?
I did.
Yeah. King Spade.
I noticed it.
Oh, yep. See? Yeah,
I was looking
see?
at that. I was like, yep, King Spade.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've actually played some KMK during sets and Tech 9 and some like the popular underground. People are always like, oh, you got this? I'm like, some of it's like some weird shit. Like, I'm not going to play ICP at a show. I'm sorry.
I never liked
can't.
him. I can't do it, yeah.
As
Motherfucking
as
Rainbow,
some-
how do
as-
they work?
As some of the funny shit they fucking write and come up with, and as catchy as it is, I was like, ooh, I could totally get it. No, don't do it, man. Don't do it.
Would you ever contemplate just throwing out like the Homies song? Because that's probably their most catchy one.
Now
He's-
that you bring
he's
it,
considering
now,
it.
now that you bring it up,
He's thinking about it.
I am.
Because I was guilty of nodding my head to that song a couple times when that shit came out.
I could get away with that at a house party, probably.
Yeah. Oh, definitely at a house party.
But not a big venue.
And then everyone afterwards would want to instantly play like California by Tupac just to get it out of their
Yeah.
like I can't believe I sang along to ICP. Can we hear something like legit? Like
I'd follow it up. I'd follow it with something fucked up, like Mickey Avalon or something.
My dick.
Burn.
Fucking speaking of Tupac, I just recently watched the Tupac and Biggie TV show they have on Netflix.
oh, I haven't seen it yet.
It's really good, but it's crazy to me how they still don't know who fucking killed them. I'm sure somebody fucking knows.
Of course
But
someone knows.
But
Someone
I don't know.
did it.
I don't know why they don't want to say it now.
Suge Knight fucking.
That's what.
Last I know, fucking was talking to fucking feds about giving information up. Like that's the last thing I read. I don't
Like
fucking
he
know if
was
it
the one who
valid.
did it, or just he has
Like he's got
knowledge?
information and
Yeah.
What was that scandal back then? There was a scandal that revolved around. It was like the Rampart scandal or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And it had to do with big record execs.
And that's what eventually put him in jail, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But I mean, especially if you believe the kind of shit they put in Straight Outta Compton and some of the other stuff, that guy belonged in jail anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That guy
Yeah.
is fucking crazy.
Yeah. Which we've probably got a hit out on us now for many of his people who ever hear this. But
Yeah.
Fuck Suge Knight.
Whoa!
Oh. No, yeah, watching NWA and
Fuck
seeing
Pete-
how.
Fuck P Diddy and Suge Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck
P
you both.
Diddy.
What's up?
Is that his name now still?
Yep. No
Puff
longer
Daddy, P.
Sean
Diddy.
Puffy Combs.
See, I thought that he was stupid for changing his name so much, but then a guy I respect, Snoop Dogg, did the same shit. Like, what was Snoop lying all about?
Weed.
Snoop Lion.
Weed?
Probably. I don't know.
Probably one of his weed names, huh? Like he fucking grows his own shit.
I guess so, but like he
have
was
some of the Snoop
he
Lion,
changed
man.
his name to that. Like, no, dude, you're always Snoop Dogg. When you are in a movie, you're Snoop Dogg. Even if you're not playing Snoop, that's who you are. he's like Macaulay Culkin. He's always going to be the kid who, you know.
No matter how strung out he is.
He can always cash a check by just going, you know.
Yeah, I went. And
This is
saw,
a bank robbery.
Oh, good job. Here you go.
I went and saw him and Wiz Khalifa live at White River. And
Macaulay Culkin?
No, Snoop Dogg. Well, maybe he could have been there in the crowd.
Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, Snoop Dogg and
With
Wiz
Wiz Khalifa?
Khalifa. Yeah, and
Okay.
they were doing a fucking smoke off. And they would pass the joint and hold it in, and fucking Wiz Khalifa won. Fucking Snoop
He beat
Dogg.
Snoop?
Yeah, he beat Snoop. I actually have it recorded.
Oh, Jesus.
But Snoop always talked about how he doesn't do that dab shit. He's just like, it's too much for him or some shit like that. He just sticks with the joints.
I mean, if that's what you love, and he obviously does,
Yeah.
then why change it?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't like the dab shit either. It's too fucking much for me.
I can't do it,
Yeah.
man. I did it once, and I had like anxiety for 6 hours staring at a coffee mug I own.
Really?
Like it
Dude.
fucked me up. I was like,
Yeah.
Sounds like that was laced or something.
No, it was just fucking wax.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, that was a tiny one. I was like, the fuck it was.
My fucking my brother let me, because my brother would do it, and he let me try a hit, right? And he's like, here, just puff on this, and I puffed on it, and all this fucking smoke came out. I'm like, fuck. I'm gonna go hang out in my room and close the door. And I was trying to play video games, but like you said, I fucking freaked out. I'm just, yeah, never again.
First dab, I actually know the very first time I did it, I like sat on the floor for 6 to 8 hours, and I was like, "Fuck, I got shit to do." And I just sat there. I was like, "I can't do nothing. I can't do nothing." And then the second time I tried it, like I don't know, a year and a half ago, it put me in my fucking bed with like the covers right here. I was like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "Fuck, I'm way too high. I don't like this." Who do it? This is like marijuana crack.
Yeah,
Oh.
I hate being that high.
I've never
ever.
been that high
Really?
off of that. Not like blankets over you huddled in your room high. That was the last time I did ecstasy, you know, many years
Yeah, I've
ago.
never tried that, so I don't know
No,
the feeling.
dabs, I don't really do them much. I don't need to. I'm still kind of a lightweight when it comes to weed, and that's fine with me. Like,
Oh yeah, that's the way to be.
yeah, when you have to spend $20 to $40 a day just to be stoned all day, like you need a break, you know.
Yeah.
And I see people they'll go through a whole one of those things of dabs in like a day, maybe two. It's like, how stoned do you have to be all the time? You know, like
Yeah, I can't do it. I can't be on that level all the time.
yeah.
Like,
and
if
you
I'm
can't
at home,
appreciate it if you're always there.
yeah, I like doing that on like if I have something to go do, like a show that night. You best believe I'm crossfaded. I'm like a candle at that point. I'm
Which
like,
is that's a pretty good in joke as a DJ too. Like you get to be crossfaded while you
yes,
some
it
crossfaders.
is. Yeah, like ooh, magic.
So why don't we do something kind of crazy? We've not played any music on this show before.
So yeah, you had something cool you wanted to show?
After we had to just
We
stop
had-
everything.
we had to do
change
nothing.
batteries. Dude, I'm gonna be transparent. This is this whole thing.
Your arm is
a
gonna go
test.
from down here to up here.
No, I put it back on the desk because this is where it was
Yeah.
when we stopped. So it might be like a
Oh,
jump here.
well, then my hat's gonna be backwards and my shirt.
Yeah,
your
you're
hoodie's
my,
gone.
my hoodie's off. They'll be like, "What happened?" I'll just-
No shades. The jacket's gone.
So let me know when you're ready to play a shit, and I'll get this track. ready.
Yeah. I'm gonna play it now because we haven't had a musician on as a guest yet, other than Aaron, who's part of our own band.
Yeah.
And so we just wanted to play a song for everybody from DJ Fallen. Now, you have a little bit of setup for this song, right?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
So this song, I probably did this about a year ago. I don't know. It probably says on the file information there, I posted like a year ago or some shit. I had
can't really read it from here.
I had totally stopped producing for like a good amount of time, probably 6 months to 9 months. And then I kind of went through some shit and I was like, well, fuck, I need to get back into it. So before I did that, I did a lot of, I took some classes on production, music theory, mastering, mixing,
Dude,
like
that's
the
pretty
whole
good.
9 yards. So
Yeah.
it's like people can send me a piece of raw audio and I can send it back ready to play on radio essentially.
Yeah.
And combined with a lot of like music theory stuff I had learned and like where I was at in life, I was like, this explained everything. And it all just kind of, it built on itself. Like, and to me, when I can sit there and something just puts itself together in front of me,
Yeah.
and like it's a piece of me, I'm like, that's fucking cool. I'm like, that's partly why I keep doing
And at times, it's not even like, I don't know if this has happened with you, but in some of the songs that I've written for our band, like sometimes you don't even feel like you're writing it. You're just a conduit. Like
Exactly.
something's being pushed out of the universe through you onto paper and then eventually, back into audio.
Yeah.
And that's an interesting feeling also.
It is. And I think any art of any type, like whether it be video, photo, like it doesn't fucking matter. You can spray paint a building, fucking that is an expression and it's fucking beautiful, like no matter what it is.
Yeah,
so
Banksy
like,
proved that.
Like Banksy, yeah.
All right, so we're gonna check out this track. Can you pronounce this again for me?
It is called "Good Times in My Sewn Kin Suit," and sewn kin is spelled backward as new skin.
Ah, okay, I get it now. All right, so Nick, you got
So,
the
I'm
audio
ready. I'm ready to roll.
All right, we're gonna hear this song, "Good Times in My Sunken Suit" by DJ Fallen.
What?
How to get a special effect
Oh,
in there.
awesome! We
Oh,
got
we get an ad first.
Oh no,
I
I'm gonna mute that.
Yeah,
know.
let's mute it until it
Every day
starts.
is new. See why teachers
That's the
have better
only way
work
this could have
stories by
happened
going
on
to
this show.
teach.org and learn more
This is the
about
show where
them.
the ad will play first.
That's my luck.
teach.org
That's
and
my
learn
luck.
All right, we ready now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah. So it's
Does it start off pretty quiet?
Okay.
it builds, and then there's like a drum pattern change, and it's That's not static. That's part of the track.
Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of building. I like this.
Yeah. Very atmospheric.
I'm just sorry everyone has to see my white boy head bopping during this.
That's
like
that's
it.
what it's for.
Were you high when you wrote this?
No.
Nope. All right. All right. This would remind me of like some like action movie scene.
I get that a lot.
Yeah.
Like they're like, oh, this would be so perfect in the movie. Like,
And it just keeps building. I love that. Wait for it.
yep.
Oh shit!
Tension is real.
I hear it coming.
This would also be really good video game music too.
Yeah.
Super tense.
How long did it take you to like make this fully?
Oh fuck. Weeks.
Yeah. Did it take weeks?
Yeah. Probably close to 2 months.
Wow.
Just to construct the basics.
Now, do you ever like try to put like I don't know, like how people put in just like a voice saying like one stupid word?
There's actually some on there that I've used samples for, and it's more like
watch out.
it's like more mainstream.
Yeah.
I guess.
Gotcha.
This really isn't mainstream, so
That's cool, man. Do you start with the beat, or do you start with some of the instrumentation? Or is it just different with each song?
sometimes it's different. Most of the time, I'll do like a beat first, like a kick and snare pattern, and then adjust my beats per minute, and then like a pad or it's either like the drum kit or a pad. Start with that.
Yeah, it's got to be so different than writing, a rock song.
Yeah.
Well, it kind of is, because for this type of music, you start at the biggest chunk of what's going on. So like
the last 2 minutes of this one.
yeah, like
Plateau.
a lot of that big chunk. Yeah, the plateau essentially the track. You build that first,
Okay.
and you build everything from that plateau down.
Okay, so it might start in the middle, and you might build the intro towards the end because you're building downwards.
Yeah, I usually will do that big plateau and then do the bridge to connect it to another plateau, and then it kind of goes from there to the intro and outro of it.
I love this effect, by the way.
The fucking format filter.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a lot different than the one that we were listening to when we were setting up for this show, and I like them both for different reasons. But that one was like
That was pretty good. I like that.
it was chill, but it gives there's a tension to it that's kind of hard to describe that I really like. You don't get that in rock a whole lot because people are telling you what to think and feel by adding lyrics.
Yeah.
You do stuff like that, and it's really a lot more open to
Maybe that's why
interpretation.
some bands just do like an instrumental track, not have to worry about vocals.
Yeah.
I love instrumental metal tracks. Like
Yeah.
they're fucking badass. It's impressive. I think Chimera did one of my favorite ones, and it was like what is that? Shit. I don't know the song. Whatever. It's not important.
So that one period of time where you're talking about where you like stopped making music, right?
Yeah.
Now, was that you trying to get like in the gay porn industry and it didn't work out? And then you finally realized
What a dick. You were waiting until
I was waiting.
Yeah.
I wanted to become a DJ at that point.
Okay, I got you.
Okay, now let me ask you this. I've always wondered this. So you've got a track like that where you've already written everything and it's a completed song. Now you go to a show, if you're going to play that song, is that one where you just hit play, or do you do like a synth part live or like
a
scratch over it, or?
I've got the hardware to do a fucking live mix like that. The only issue with that is you would need two to three different setups. And that's like a whole fucking DJ setup next to a full production setup, and they have to fucking meet and make sure that everything mixes right.
Yeah.
And I've done it once, and it's a fucking bitch.
So if you wanted to play that song as part of your mix for the night, would that just be one where you kind of get a break? You're letting the song do all the work, or?
If it's yeah. There's a couple I have like that. One of them's more housey. It's more of a steady pace, steady energy.
Yeah.
And I like give myself a break because it's like a 10-minute song and it changes like every 3 minutes in the song. So it's like, okay, cool. So it changes up, but stays the same.
Yeah.
And I know where it's at, but just by listening, I'm like, okay, I got like 30 seconds left. I should probably get up there and do something.
Have you guys seen the movie Pop Star with the Lonely Island?
Not yet. I want to see it.
No. Oh. Well, they make fun of part of the DJ part where he was actually doing the DJ. And then they got so mainstream, he was talking about, all I have is this iPod, and I just hit play. I don't do anything.
Well, and I think that's part of the stigma, but I think that comes from the fact that everyone recognizes that doing that takes a lot of effort and talent and skills and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But then they go, okay, but then when you play it live, since you're not singing or playing an instrument on it, do you just hit play? And I think that's where people start to think that the live part is just, an
Like
iPod
you probably
shuffle.
have to like mix like all the sounds and make sure the volume's right.
Yeah, there's
and
actually very few artists like Daft Punk still does this. They take all
I
their
like that
production, they
Around the
take
World
all their
song.
production stuff, and that's what that big ass fucking triangle they sit in is it's a big ass fucking computer essentially in there that has every control. Joel Zimmerman, Deadmau5, he does the same, and Skrillex does the same.
I like Skrillex just because of the band he used to be in beforehand.
Oh, that's
From first to last, you don't like it? You don't like it?
I never listened to First to Last, but a lot of the producers that learn to DJ, they'll have like a DJ setup, but they don't really use it. They use, especially if it's in like quote unquote EDM or fucking that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
They'll just throw it fucking on a USB drive and play it. Like a
Yeah.
lot of the club DJs that produce will do that, but event DJs like the bigger names like Deadmau5, obviously,
Yeah.
he'll have a full production setup, and like you can watch videos of inside his setup, and it's fucking ridiculous.
And he's actually like doing a lot
Like
of stuff
his
behind it.
he has a full actual like server for his setup to communicate to the everything else.
Oh.
Like I think his stage takes like 3 days to set up, and then his cube takes another 2 days.
Well, he's probably running his lighting rig out of that too. Then I would assume
He runs his lighting, the lighting and the visuals are all for the cube are ran by a separate computer, a separate server.
So he's got a whole server that doesn't even need to run his lighting.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's got one for visual, one for audio, and then those two servers meet and fucking they exchange information so sounds match light.
Yeah, there's so many people watching and listening who are like, "What are these guys talking about?"
No, my
So
dog-
okay, so if you ever want to look up Deadmau5 Windows Error Live, and it's the perfect explanation of this because he does a song and that's got the Windows error and shutdown.
Oh,
and he
no.
did this live, and like everything went blue. There was an error message that popped up, and everything shut down. And then he was just sometimes get complicated, and the next track started, and that was the title of the next track, and it's fucking cool.
Oh, so he
but-
does it on purpose?
Yeah, it's
okay.
part of the set, and I think he did it like that year for every set.
That's awesome. That
I've
would've been
always
cool
wanted
see.
to like go to one of those shows just to experience it,
like a
like the vibe and the crowd and see
like a
what
big
it's
rave
like.
for
yeah.
one of those festivals or
Yeah.
something. They have that one out at the Gorge every year. What's that one called?
Paradiso?
But yeah,
Paradiso. Yeah.
That's more like...
I've always wanted to see Skrillex because I like his shit, but he rarely comes up here.
If you're gonna go to a rave, find like a warehouse rave where it's strictly house. Like it'll be cool because you'll feel that kick in your chest and it'll just be consistent. It won't be
Just
like
the
blah,
constant-
blah, 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 blah.
There's
It won't sound like dying robots.
Last-
robots having sex.
last year when my daughter did volleyball, this guy like during the kids practices, he would play music in between and
Yeah.
like the games in between like timeouts and stuff.
like they do
right?
at like Seahawks practices.
Yeah, but and then right at the championships, I don't know what he was thinking. He has this big fucking banner with him on it, sporting his DJ name, and he's got his DJ setup all at this kids volleyball event, trying to promote himself, playing like songs that really aren't appropriate for kids to listen to. And I'm just like, what are you doing?
Some Cardi B.
Yeah, exactly. He would play that stuff.
So is that a thing? Are there a lot of people on that level that are looking for like house mixes during practices and stuff?
I think that guy just helps out and wants to try to promote his music
Actually,
that way, any
I've
way
been-
you can.
I've been contacted by like a couple people. They're like, "Hey, my friend's daughters, blah blah blah." And these are other DJs that usually contact me because they know I have a knack for it. They're like, "Hey, we need a mix for like cheerleading rehearsal, or these kids had this talent show. They wanted me to put together like a 10-minute dance thing, and they had a list of the songs, and I had to clean them up, obviously, but." It came out great, and like it's actually kind of fun just doing that. But I've never been to like a kids volleyball game and been like,
Yeah.
oh yeah. Like I'm more of a club DJ than anything. It's like
Unless you have a child or like your friend has a child that's at that game, guys like us have no reason to ever be at a kids volleyball game.
no, I don't.
Yeah. But he was like part of like the Boys and Girls Club, like helping out with like the scoreboard and shit. But
Yeah,
then
yeah.
he would do his DJ thing at the same time. I'm just like, I don't think it's the right vibe to try to do this.
People are the ends people go to like advertise or to try and get their name out. It's nothing short of incredible. People surprise you every day with that shit.
Yeah.
Selfishness, just
How
no
do you promote
consideration.
yourself? You just like Facebook and Instagram.
Facebook, Instagram. I pay for a lot of advertising.
Do you?
Like paid advertising works, and then a lot of it too. Years ago, I did really good marketing and branding, so it's like, oh, I know who that is. I know who that is. I know that symbol. I know who's playing, and that helped out a lot. And then a lot of that's been like word of mouth, which is cool. Like I didn't think I'd be able to move across the state and like still hold the same kind of pull I did back home as I did somewhere else, and it
You can't always say that.
happened.
That's awesome.
Like it happened.
Yeah,
It's-
we're trying to, promote ourselves too. We're still working on that.
Yeah, Nick has trouble writing ads that Facebook will allow because he doesn't know how not to swear.
Oh, I did that a couple times.
Yeah.
I took shots at the government, and they were like, "Yeah, you can't advertise that." Like, okay.
And I'm just like, Nick, we do all the swearing on the show. You don't have to put it on the Facebook post, too.
I figured
Just
ass
mark it
and
NSFW. NSFW.
damn. Yeah. I tried. I'm just gonna let
It really
the
is.
fucking
I
ass
know
to
that
you.
a couple of my friends who listen, like Stephanie and Bree, I'll just shout them out because they listen like all the time. And, and they always want to talk about it. But like they'll listen to it at work, and like the episode we did with Sky, a lot of people have just loved because she
fun.
is so funny.
Yeah.
And so they would tell me how they would be listening to it, like shopping or at work, just
Oh,
cracking up laughing, and like probably with earphones in. But they're like, everyone in this store. Stephanie was saying this, like everyone in this grocery store must think I'm a raging idiot because I am cracking up and there's nothing going on. So like, I think that our show definitely qualifies as NSFW, but I think most people listen to the bulk of their podcast while they're working and doing like boring ass shitty jobs or whatever.
Or
You know?
like a long drive.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, what podcast do you like? Podcasts.
Podcast.
I've only never listened to like your guys's, and it was
Oh,
that
shit.
Sky. It was
Oh,
that Sky
really?
episode I listened to like early morning at work, and I was rolling, fucking just sitting in the car.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I always wanted to try to bring like a comedy vibe to a podcast.
Well, that's what keeps it interesting.
Yeah, and then
Because I am not funny.
Jesse's more the like
Yes, you are.
informative part, and then he tries his comedy stuff too. And I feel like
Tries?
He-
Oh, so you're
he
saying you're the
tries.
funny one.
he tries, and I give him credit for it. But but we
Okay.
both come to. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, this fucking guy. God damn.
It's not very funny.
I'm sorry.
It's
It's not funny. It's not very funny at all. Just Google how funny Jesse is. That'll give you all the information.
There's nothing.
There's nothing.
There's probably a website that's been contributed to by all my ex-girlfriends that talks about how shitty I am. But I got my Twitter handle at Jesse Sucks because I wanted to beat one of them to the punch. So like that's where I do all. And I'm like you. I don't like to use Facebook for certain things. Certain thoughts I try to filter out because they're stupid or they just that's not the right audience for it. And those go on Twitter, like you.
Yeah,
That's what I do. And I do like a 3 a.m. tweet every night pretty much that's some weird shower thought or what I assume is a profound observation of the universe, but I'm probably just high, you know?
A lot of mine's talking shit. I'll be sitting in traffic and be like, "Fuck this traffic." Tweet. Hashtag fuck this shit.
And if you put that on Facebook, everyone's
like-
like, why are you texting while driving? But you
Yeah.
put it on
Yes,
Twitter and
exactly.
10 people are like, yeah, fuck that traffic.
Yeah.
I don't know where
Because they're
you're
on
at.
Twitter too.
That's the difference. And I think people are more garbage people on Twitter. Like,
Oh, they
people
are.
will say anything on Twitter. But on Facebook, there's repercussions a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you have your family members and stuff.
Exactly.
On there.
Yeah, there's probably I don't know who was on my Twitter. Like I just like opened it and I didn't really do much with it. I just started tweeting shit, and there's actually collaboration on there from a guy I met on Twitter.
Really?
Yeah, there is. And he actually did a remix for a really other big fucking musical group I listened to, and that's where I first heard him. And then I was like, oh, I'm gonna look this guy up. Found him on Twitter, and then I collaborated with. This was like a couple years ago, and it was a long time ago. I found him on Twitter and been talking about this. I probably talked about it for like 3 years, and then finally got a hold of him. He was like, yeah, let's do this. So I sent him. I was like, hey, remix this, please.
Wow, that's
And-
like the Postal Service right there.
Yeah, it was cool.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah, so like
Shout out.
it does have it does have its ups, and it's like I can tweet Ill Gates if you guys know who Ill Gates is.
I thought you said Bill Gates for a
No,
second.
I probably could tweet fucking Bill Gates. Like,
We
hey,
could
I
all
need.
tweet him. I don't know if he'll reply.
Hey,
but-
Bill.
Oh, you just got to be persistent.
Yeah.
is what it
I've been
is.
trying with that with Kevin Smith. It's not working.
I try that on with Drake on Facebook.
Do
He
you?
He doesn't like the songs that make fun of him about like
Drake?
being on Degrassi. Yeah, the rapper Drake.
Oh,
Yeah,
right,
rapper
right.
Drake.
Yeah.
I've got a good friend that always goes by Drake, so yeah.
No, usually if I talk about people like that, it's other musicians I don't like.
Just talking shit.
Yep.
That's why we're doing it here.
People like you would say it to their face. I'm like, probably would.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you got to live that way. Like, I used to be terrible about this in my 20s, and especially as a teenager. Like, you'd always have a couple masks, and you'd think, these people only like me when I'm this way because I go to church, so they don't want to hear me swear or whatever. That's who I am over here, and then I'm different
Yeah.
at school or whatever. And then every decade added on after high school, start realizing that not only is that all bullshit, it's exhausting, and it's completely unnecessary and detracts from so many other aspects of your life. It's like, look, either like me for me or not. I'm too exhausted to pretend to be someone that you actually like.
I think I did that in high school.
You did that in high school?
Yeah, I did that in high school. Like I detached like in high school, I think, and I was just like, I am so over this shit. This is fucking dumb. It's pointless. The fuck do I need algebra for? Like,
Yeah.
Man.
They're like, well, you need a degree in this, and like now I read all this shit about like all this college money owed back, and people are getting garnished. And like, yep,
Yeah.
See?
See?
And
be-
people are talking about those arrests in the college thing as if it's anything fucking new.
Arrest.
People have been, for the college admissions scam thing.
With the
With the mother from
Fuller House?
Yeah. Lori
Yeah.
Loughlin. Yeah. So, I mean, but we've all known that that's been the way that system works for decades. It's a trope
What-
in comedies
what
where,
exactly happened?
the
I
rich
saw
kid's
that.
parents buying him into college, basically.
Oh, is that what she did?
yeah.
Yeah. But now they're actually like arresting people for it because that's not how it's supposed to work.
supposed to
I
be
feel like
academic.
they
Yeah.
probably specifically picked her out because she's famous and they can make a big headline of it, right?
I assume so, but if her donation was substantial, then she's also exactly who they're trying to go after,
Yeah, this is like parents that bought their kids way into college, like Harvard, big schools like that, that otherwise wouldn't have made it on their own academics. Because like when I went to college, I had to pay for out of pocket. That's
Yeah.
because I dropped out of high school and didn't do the necessary steps
Yeah.
to like get a scholarship.
Yeah.
So it's like you have to pay out of pocket then, but that's like totally different. Like that's way separate. That's legal.
Yeah, and one crazy thing that I watched a lot of John Oliver, his weekly show on HBO last week tonight is amazing. It really gives you like an in-depth analysis of one issue per week, and he was mentioning something about no, wait, this was just an article I read. I'm sorry. Oliver will probably hit on this next week, but so it was an article talking about not only that scandal, but it's linked to Jared Kushner, who is, part of Trump's like White House inner circle. I think that's Ivanka's husband, and he's been implicated, or like his father, who's already in jail for other shit, like is implicated in this same kind of thing. And people are going like, this guy acts like an idiot. He says he went to Harvard, but he clearly had his admission paid for. Like, why is he in the White House? And I would say that's a pretty good
You
fucking
probably
question.
paid for all fucking A's and shit too, to graduate.
Yeah, I mean, if you can buy your way in, you can buy your way out too. Like
I would buy my way out.
but with a degree.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I tried to.
Fucking-
you
They'd
could
take
buy your
one
way
look
out
at-
of
they'd-
Everett Community College.
They'd look at me and
Dude.
be like, nope.
nope.
you
Look at
bought,
all those
you
fucking
bought that.
tattoos.
But here's $1 million. Okay.
I could never spend $1 million on my own education when you can use YouTube for free.
It depends on what I'm learning.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they have like college classes that you can just watch the entire, like every lecture in a whole.
So you're
semester
telling
you
me,
can
True,
watch.
but
you're
again,
telling me
it's-
you
it's
can
gonna
become a
depend.
doctor off of watching YouTube.
No, but I'm telling you, you can acquire all of the same knowledge of a doctor. Becoming a doctor means going through school and doing the testing and all that stuff. No, but you can learn everything that a doctor knows. It's just you have to know how to filter out the bullshit.
Right.
And so, like, I'll watch physics seminars sometimes on there because I'm a super nerd.
You could probably watch how to do a heart transplant with commentary.
Yeah, dude. So we'll do a podcast / heart surgeries at the same time. You want to try that?
No, I would
Charge
never want to
$50.
see you around
Why?
anything
I'll-
sharper than a butter knife.
I'll watch the video to
Yeah,
learn.
dude.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm good with my
can't do the
hands.
I can't do gore. I really can't.
Yeah, I can't
Yeah,
either.
no.
Yeah.
I'd throw up.
Yeah.
I'd be like,
My,
So that heart, do we have another spare? Because I kind of puked all over
my
that
sister used to watch those fucking like surgeon TV shows when I was little. I'm like, I can't fucking watch this.
one. Yeah.
Yeah. Like working on knees and opening them up. And yes.
Turn that off. Can you just play something like The Walking Dead or Game of Thrones instead?
can we watch cartoons?
Yeah.
Rick and Morty.
Real quick though, you
Excuse
wanted
me.
to talk about James Gunn.
Yes.
I want to get some of the topics you want to talk about.
Yeah, this was one. James Gunn, so he's the guy who directed the first 2 Guardians of the Galaxy movies.
Have you seen those?
I saw the first one.
Yeah.
You didn't see the
it's
second one?
No,
funny,
no, no.
right? But the first
Yeah.
one's funny and all that. And so when Disney bought Marvel, there was this big deal with some of his tweets from like 10 years ago being, they weren't even all that bad as I read them, but it was like, they could be offensive. So Disney basically fired him, even though he's apologized for him many times. And then everyone in Hollywood was starting to go like, come on, Disney, are you guys serious? Like, we're behind this guy. They had like petitions started, and even the actors who were signed on to do the movie were like,
Didn't
please just
he-
rehire James Gunn. Like, he's the only one we want to do this.
Didn't he go over to DC?
Yeah, he's going to do the next Suicide Squad movie
Oh,
also,
okay.
and he's
Oh,
still going
wow.
to do that. But something Disney never, like, no one thought Disney would do this. They went back on it, and they re-asked him to do it after all the support
after
and
all the
petitions.
fucking drama and everything.
Yeah. And
Disney,
so
you
he
have
won.
gone downhill since my childhood.
I think that
And
was
that's
the
saying a
best
lot.
fucking move, though. I mean, yeah, they're not putting out high quality animated
Now,
films
do
like
you
that
think
anymore.
Netflix is going to be screwed when Disney comes out with their own fucking...
No.
no.
Because
You
they,
can
bought,
watch,
they
you
have
can
all
watch
the Marvel
Disney movies on YouTube, man.
Yeah, and Netflix, people who pay for Netflix only pay to be able to watch The Office whenever they want. Everything else is just
Oh,
fluff.
just The Office?
Yeah,
Right?
you're paying for access to The Office, and then everything else is just bonus material. So Disney has no pull on whether or not, if The Office ever leaves Netflix, then it's in trouble.
The Office, Shameless, and Breaking Bad.
Yes.
I love Shameless.
Yeah.
That fucking dad, dude. He's,
William H. Macy,
is that his real name?
I believe so. He's the biggest star from that show, right?
Yeah.
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 Or what's her face's brother? Joan Cusack, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
John's
Joan,
sister.
yeah, she's actually done a fair amount of movies on her own too, but she does a lot with him as like a smaller part, I believe.
I don't know, but that older sister in that show is pretty hot.
She's also a slut.
Yeah, I know.
No.
In real life?
No, I don't know. On the show she is.
Well, you guys have my attention. Who is
Yeah.
it?
I don't know her real name, though.
I'll look it up later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just watch it on Netflix.
I got to tell you guys something that's pretty embarrassing, but it's
Uh-oh.
like kind of funny.
'Kay.
Just because we're on this
We're
subject.
not going to talk about when you were a kid again and you try to be funny.
No,
with the roll
this
call.
is not
Okay.
one of those
Okay.
embarrassing. No, but a couple years ago, myself and my brother Jared started doing a March Madness bracket every year where we just rank and compare the hottest like celebrity women in Hollywood and came up with like our final 4 brackets, and like we would just decide that every year, and it was totally based on looks, which I know in this political climate is the worst thing I can admit to, but I mean, I'm not that guy. I'm never gonna like just drool over them or like go and actually think that anything's gonna happen with one of them. But it was an interesting. What I loved about it is that I got to see the differences in things that he looked for in like a physically attractive person, and it was so different from mine, even though we're related. And like I know you and I have different taste in women, and I'm sure that there's some differences
And
in
then
ours
I know
also.
fucking Aaron has way total
Yeah.
taste in women than us.
And so even though it's a shitty thing to like be judging anyone on, it's not like we were judging them as people. It's just like, okay, this is the person I think is the hottest right now. And then to see those little differences, like I think that there is some real
it's just
interesting
like-
stuff there.
I think Jennifer Aniston's really fucking hot,
Yeah.
right? But you're like, nah, I think Helen Keller's really fucking hot.
not what
I
I
want to be
said.
with her. That's what you're trying to
No,
say.
he's saying that as beautiful as someone can be on the outside, they can be ugly as fuck inside.
That's true.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
inner ugliness will ruin someone anytime. Like, I've never met someone who could be ugly on the inside that I ever thought was attractive, no matter what they looked like.
Yeah.
Nick probably has.
Yeah. Well,
Nick dates garbage people, though.
I look really shitty.
I've done that. I've done that. Oh God, I've done that.
We all have.
I look really shitty on the outside, but then on the inside, I'm really sweet and innocent. Not right here, but like outside of all this, I'm totally different. When I'm not around you either, I'm like this nice, sweet, romantic guy. I'll come.
Yeah,
bring
he
you
tried to make out
flowers.
with me at the show.
Yeah, I did.
I don't actually know.
tried?
I don't know. I'm making.
You didn't
shit
get
up.
his thumb up here?
I tapped his butt a little bit just for a signal.
hey.
And he was like, "No, get out of here."
I was like, no, I have a girlfriend. I can't do this.
Oh, my God.
That was a really fun show, though. I really enjoyed it. I really loved that the middle band, Vendetta.
Ventana.
Ventana.
Ventana. Yeah.
Ventana?
Yeah.
Ventana.
Ventana. Like
It
antenna
sounds-
with a V?
It sounds and it
It sounds like Vendetta, but it's like.
It reminds me
Ventana.
of Vendetta, and the fly had a crossbreed thing going
Yeah.
on, and it's like a fly in a mercenary suit or something.
Ventana.
Hey,
Huh.
what was the first concert you ever went to?
Yeah.
Oh, the first concert I ever went to, like big concert or fucking like just concert. in
Just
general?
like maybe mainstream. Mine
Like
was Blink
someone we would've heard
182.
of.
mainstream. I saw fucking Mushroomhead actually.
That was your
That's your
first
first
concert?
My
one?
very first
Wow.
big show, yeah. And it was them and a few other bands, and I lost my shit.
Nice.
But up until then, I had seen like a bunch of local bands that actually like kind of got somewhere.
Yeah.
One of them changed their name and now they're signed to a major label. I can't even remember who the fuck they changed their name to now, but like they got big.
Huh.
So
And Nick, what was yours again?
Blink 182.
That was really your first one?
Yeah, my dad took it for me for my birthday. I was like turning 12.
I
think.
remembered the story. I thought it was just the first time you saw Blink, though. I didn't
No, that
realize
was
it
my very first one. Phoenix TX, Bad Religion. and
Oh,
Blink
yeah,
182.
yeah. I got a big cock.
Yeah.
Phoenix
And
TX,
when
they're
they
so
played
funny.
that song, I was like, I hope I don't get in trouble. Because my dad brought me. My dad's really old fashioned, and
I don't
it was
know
okay.
if we've ever gotten around to mine.
Yeah, I thought yours was some country.
No, that was
song.
Aaron's.
Oh,
His was what's her name? Winona?
Shania Twain.
No, Winona.
Oh, I don't know who that is, but
Winona Ryder.
No, not Ryder. Judd, I think. Winona Judd or no, Reba McEntire. That's what I'm
that's
thinking of.
it.
Reba McEntire. Our
Judd's-
buddy who's
Judd
like
is the other lady. I don't,
yeah. He's like our guitar player in our band and only listens to like metal music now. His first show was it was Reba McEntire, and I love bringing that up. Mine was Zebrahead, actually, which might be a little obscure.
I love Zebrahead.
They're great. And my buddy Ryan and our friend Jamie and his girlfriend, I forget her name at the time, but we all went down in like high school. I'd never been to a show there, and they brought us down to El Corazon when it was still the Graceland in Seattle.
That's
and
right.
we caught Zebrahead there with H2O. And that was just one of those guys put on such a fun show.
See, when you write a song for our band,
Yeah.
I always hope you could throw in like a little like Zebrahead in there vocally.
Like
Like
in
kind of
their
like
style,
a yeah,
or-
like a little rappage kind of, you know,
Oh.
instead of singing, just like voice it.
No one wants to see me rap. No one wants me to even do anything approaching rap. It's not pretty. I'll try it, and then
Yeah.
you can see.
Yeah, we'll try it Monday, tomorrow, 5:30, band practice time.
Oh,
let's
man.
let's do like 5 more minutes
5 more minutes of what?
of talking.
About what?
Talking.
'Cause yeah,
What do people want to know?
Well, you've got a
Let's-
tour coming
yeah.
up, don't you?
I do, yes.
Yeah, talk about that for a few.
So it starts actually next Saturday.
Where are you going?
I'm going back home.
Where?
Yakima.
Yakima?
Yep,
I thought you were
Yakima.
gonna say something cool like fucking L.A. or like
Nah, dude,
Compton
I'm
or
from
something.
I'm from the Washington ghetto. I'm from like Yakima.
Tacoma, maybe.
No, Tacoma's better than Yakima.
Oh shit!
Really?
Yeah, like the ghetto you guys consider here is like the rich neighborhoods in Yakima. And like the ghetto in Yakima is like the old abandoned shit down that way somewhere that no one goes into for years.
Really?
That's
Wow.
the ghettos. Yeah, it's bad.
So, are you like doing shows here and then gonna go over there do a show?
I'm probably gonna start there. I'm gonna do a couple over on that side of the state and then end up coming back. It's only gonna be like 4 spots. I don't really
Okay.
doing like half. I used to do like year-long tours and it shit's exhausting.
But hey, at least you have
Yeah.
that experience.
Yeah, I mean,
You
the
know.
furthest I've driven to play a show was Portland, and that was
Yeah.
like 10 years ago. But
I think the furthest was Miami.
That's
Wow.
Damn, that's a good one.
Yeah,
Nice.
that was Miami's fucking. It is not what it is on the movies.
No.
No,
What was
South
it?
Beach. South Beach is like the ghetto Miami.
Like, do they
Really?
really wear
Yeah.
like all those shirts though, like the button-up shirts and like?
they do, yeah. They
Yeah.
look like that, and there's people who should not be wearing certain articles of clothing on the beach that wear certain articles on the beach because
get that a lot in Washington,
because old
too.
man, I don't want to see you in your banana hammock with your shit flopping in my face. I'm sorry. I know you're trying to get your tan on. I don't want to see it. But like the scenery is cool because you can look out and see the ocean and look behind you and see the skyline. Like
Yeah.
it's all flat, so you see everything. It's pretty cool.
Those sunsets and
The sunsets and sunrises are fucking gorgeous.
wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you guys want to listen to some new shit and you want to fall while doing it, listen to DJ Fallin'. It comes together really well.
You know what you got to do is play a show where a guy opens for you. His name's like DJ Trippin'.
Yeah. Do you ever need like a hype man? I'll come in there.
I'll fucking
trip myself.
I'll allow a hype man. I don't MC, and like sometimes they'll be like, "Hey, we want you to MC." I'm like, I don't have a voice for that. I'm not funny. So when the actually first time it happened, I was like, I guess I'll tell you guys a joke, and they was like, "Yeah, what's a joke?" And I was like, realistically, it's my life. And like some people were just like, ooh, and like the other half people were like, oh, that's hilarious, because they were probably drunk, they didn't know. And that's how I found out, like, I'm okay to MC, but if you want a hype man, be a hype man.
Yeah.
Be
Nick's
like,
a
David,
terrible hype man.
DJ Fallin's got a joke for y'all. And I'll just be like, my life. He's depressed.
How would people look you up? Just put DJ Fallin'.
Yeah,
in
you
Google.
basically you can Google DJ Fallin and like everything will pop up.
And
Even websites from like other countries that have me on there, like I pop up. It's got like my birth date, my fucking shit like I didn't even know other motherfuckers knew.
nice. Do you have a Wikipedia page?
I don't know.
Oh, we should check that out sometime.
Ooh, yeah.
If anyone out there looks up DJ Fallin and he does have a Wikipedia page, please like
Post
tweet
it.
it or Facebook it to us. If he doesn't, we can start him one, and I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys the ability right now to just write whatever you want. It doesn't even have to be
Yeah.
accurate.
Then
Like how he's the first male DJ to give birth to a child. I don't know how he managed that, but
Or if you can go
Yep.
back and find his like porn industry videos, that would be really cool as well.
DJ Porkin. What would your porn name be?
Oh fuck.
Do you know what is it the first street you lived on your pet's name or something?
Some weird shit like
It'd be
that.
like, well, if it'd be that, it would be Gingivitis the Fourth.
Yeah,
Like,
that'd be a sick porn name.
That would give me nightmares.
Who wants mustache rides?
Not from gingivitis the fourth. Nobody does.
that's my cat's name. He's big too. Everybody knows my cat. They're like, your cat's
fuck.
awesome. Like he's a dick.
Fuck, I really enjoyed doing this video.
What would yours
Yes.
be, Nick? What's your porn name?
Fucking cheeky shenanigans.
No.
That's what I'm
Cheeky
going with.
shenane.
Yeah.
And you gotta
Cheeky
tuck. You gotta
shenane?
Yeah.
tuck it. You gotta tuck it.
Be fucking little
Cheeky
dicky.
shenane, would you fuck me? I'd fuck me.
You know I would.
I'd fuck me hard.
Oh god.
It puts the lotion on the skin. Or else it gets Nick's hose again.
You know what, dude? It'd be like pork rind.
Hey, that works.
Yeah.
Pork grind.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. Instead of spelling it pork grind, spell it pork grind. There you go. Yep.
What's the difference?
Well, one's kind of gay.
One has the word grind in it.
The grind would be a gay reference, I think.
Oh god.
I just thought it would be funnier with for a porn name to include. Never mind.
All right, everyone.
Yeah, I think that as much as it's gonna be awesome having video coming up, like I can't not be aware that there's a fucking camera right over there, and I think it was getting in my head a little bit today.
Was
but-
it?
A little bit.
Yeah.
I'm used to working behind the scenes. I never usually went on camera a whole lot, like in my whole career doing production. But you know, trying to get past that at least.
Well, I'm sure you did fine. I can see.
Yeah, who
I can
cares?
see you right now.
Yeah.
And-
Hey.
Yeah, look at that. No one can tell if you're wearing pants or not.
You really get used to that.
Yeah,
I'm not.
you're good.
You get used to being on this side of things sometimes. It gets annoying. Like, there's been times people have been like running up, let me take a selfie. I'm like, go the fuck away. But I don't tell them that because I don't want to be a dick, and I understand like the appreciation of it. So I'm like, yeah, cool, fuck it, let's do this.
Yeah, and for every person that does that and you treat them well, like that's a lifelong fan, pretty much.
Yeah,
you know?
there's people that like have religiously showed up, and like I'll see them around, and they're like, hey, so. Actually, I'll fucking stop with this, but the show me and him were at fucking this guy comes running up. He goes, you're DJ Fallen, huh? And I was like,
wait,
why,
I
yes.
think I heard that.
I was like, why, yes. He was like, I'm from Yakima.
Ooh.
And I was like, holy shit. I was like, well, obviously you're here to see the show, but I was like, fucking have a badass time. If you're ever up again this way, let me know. Fucking take care of you at a show or something. So
Yeah.
That's always cool. That's always like
It
an
probably
ego
made
boost.
you feel good too.
It's
right?
a huge
Yeah,
ego
yeah.
boost. Like I joke about it, but like, and not even an ego boost. It's more humbling, I think. And I joke about having like this super big ego, like, oh, I can be a douchebag because I can scratch, right?
Right.
And people are like, oh yeah. I'm like, okay, but no, it's not like that.
Sometimes you got to play up the persona a little bit because it's not even just that people think that's the way you are. They kind of expect you to be that way in certain roles.
You can kind of read people on that aspect too, like
Yeah.
super well. You can just look at them and be like, okay, this is what this person's expecting, so I might as well do it. But
Yeah. Well, it looks like I'm putting on that name tag again. DJ Fallen. Yeah. Okay, let's get the picture.
yeah.
All right. Well, everyone, check out DJ Fallen on fucking Google Wikipedia.
Our very first video episode and our guest DJ Fallen on the same episode.
As Jesse would say,
What would I say?
what do you say at the end of every fucking podcast?
Oh, I didn't know you were trying to come right to the end there.
Yeah.
Well, normally I sum things up by just thanking our guest again, getting a little bit louder, and putting on radio voice a little bit. And just-
Yes. Thank you.
Yes, thank you for coming on. This has been another episode of Cheeky Shenanigans. Once again, I'm Jesse, aka Random Hero.
And I'm DJ Funk. Oh, sorry. I'm Punk Ass. And you are?
DJ Fallen.
There we go.
And we are out. Have a consensual day.
The most part.
And